What's going on, Astralites and otherworldlies? We have missed you like crazy. Mr. Sensational Astral here alongside Dark Mass Diva and Juliana Angel. And what a crazy time it's been, especially for today. Juliana, the reason I called this Men Need to Man Up is because, I Juliana can explain this much better than I can, but just I'm pretty much just it's still in wow of what she's been telling me because of this whole Manosphere thing. So go ahead whenever you're ready, darling.
Okay. All right. Well, I've been dealing with a manosphere for years. And, well, of course, I pretty much try to avoid them best I can. I know some manosphere people, and I try not to interact with them. Um, I really try not to, but I do run into them from time to time because of the line of work that I'm in. And I try not to deal with them. I'm as cordial to them as possible, but I'm kind of on the other side. I'm not what you would really call a feminist. I'm really not, but not a third wave feminist anyway. But I'm kind of I consider myself a high value woman and all that kind of stuff. But I really don't like to deal with these people. You
Yeah,
know.
and one person in particular, you guys have known all about this cat. Just I don't speak ill of the dead. If he was still alive, I would be saying so much right now. But since I'm not officially monetized just yet, I'm gonna keep it 13 rated for the time being, so
Mhm.
that way I don't offend YouTube and we don't get canceled. So,
Right, right, right. So I'm just gonna say a few
king of
words.
misogyny, I'd call him, to be honest. So
Yes,
that's what
yes,
I'm just gonna
and
say.
that's the only kind of king he is. That's the only kind of king he is. I like to start off by saying there is nothing nice about dying in your 50s. That is no. When you're in your 50s, that's when your life really essentially begins. So this man basically died when life really begins to make sense. Okay. When you're in your 50s, that's when you should really stop doing stupid things. Okay. That's when you really should be coming into your wisdom. That's when things should start to make sense. That's when you should really start to hit your stride as far as getting your bag. Okay. That's when you should be around your grandkids. That's when your kids should be coming to you for advice. All right. That's when you really should be building your empire. That's when people should want to come to you and feel like you're the smartest person in their life. That's when you should be building up the people you love. That's when people should respect you. Okay. This dude had a lot of followers. Apparently this,
I'm surprised he did, to be honest. It's excuse me, it's basically the equivalent of the Amber Lynn situation. I think it's just
okay, let's just not bring her into this because she's
yeah. Don't
she's
don't even get me
she
started.
she's another she's another situation
It,
type
it,
deal.
it's right. It's a close second.
Let's
That's
not make this messier than it
it.
is. Let's
Yeah.
not bring her up. Okay, so I'm not trying to sound like we're going around hating on other YouTubers because it's not like that. I mean, let's
Speaking of which, we want to give a shout out to Nate from Ask Nathaniel. Uh, I personally want to say thank you for giving my fiance a chance to be your mediator, your
he's taught me so
bodyguard,
much.
or whatever they're called, bouncer. I, YouTube mediator, bouncer, whatever you want to call it. She's
Yeah,
been getting
yeah,
rid of the
more
negativity.
like a moderator.
Moderator,
You know
that
what
was
I
it.
mean? It's
I
just
said
like
mediator.
what he basically says is get this clown out of here, and I wait for his cue. Okay, I don't have any real power. He just says get him out of here,
So
and I get at it. I
much
get him
love
out
to
of there.
him. The difference between him and Kevin is when he keeps it real, he doesn't offend people when he does it,
Right.
and that's why I have so much respect for him. That's why I got so much love for him. Um, if you're watching, I hope you're enjoying the show so far. We're just getting started in this early night, so yeah, that's
He doesn't hate on other YouTubers. What he does is he doesn't like people who are disrespectful.
right. I mean, who would? I mean,
Okay. But Nathaniel, you're awesome. You're a friend. I love you. He loves you. We sit there. We just completely respect you. We love your show. And I enjoy working with you. And Nathaniel does a lot of projects. He's incredibly talented. He just does a whole lot. So anyway, just we both respect the hell out of you. And shout out, ask Nathaniel, Billionaire Mindset. You got to catch a show because he is a positive, respectful black man. He has no problem with black women. He has no problem with any women, and that should
And
say a lot.
that's basically the premise of our entire show, is that this whole uh predominant alpha male lifestyle BS has got to stop, to be honest. I'm getting real sick of it.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like if you have to take a certain group of people and trash them and throw them under the bus just to make $1, you got a problem. Okay. And I feel like if he and I had a child who's a daughter, she's going to be told that she is less than.
I'd be livid.
Right. She's going to go through life and being told that she's going to die alone. She's less than, that she can't, get a high value man, that she can't get a 6-figure earner, that there's something wrong with her. That's completely not okay with us. It's not.
And I had that same way of thinking for many years. And then that was until, well, obviously you can see here, and some of you are like, that makes no sense whatsoever. Which leads me to my next point. You also need to stop this whole this rate system, this whole oh, they're out of your league, this and that. Cut the high school crap, seriously. Like, real talk, this is ridiculous. Like, why can't people just vibe with other people? It's point blank. That's how the universe intended it, and y'all just want to be foolish and say a whole bunch of dumb stuff.
Well, I feel like people would get on this guy's show and he would just find a way to stack the deck against them. And he was obviously doing it to be mean, telling them they would die alone, and basically hurting their feelings. And everybody who was on there, he would just degrade them. He would just be mean to them. And the thing, when his show first started out, he was image consulting. I was behind him. I thought it was great. I was like, okay, well, he's telling people to put suits on. He's telling people to smell good. He's telling people to groom themselves. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm behind this. He's telling people to be fit. He's telling them to have good manners. I was like, yeah, okay. I'm good. He's telling people to be high value. All right, well, that's having good manners.
I don't even like suits. I mean, if you ask me to dress nice, that's one thing. But if you tell me to wear a suit, I'm just going to be like, oh, you can find someone else then, because I'm more of a Mandarin collar kind of guy. So
he was basically telling people to dress up. Okay. And I'm like one of those people. Yeah. Women like men who dress up.
And then once he got his YouTube channel, he just went ballistic, basically. He started bad mouthing women, black women especially, which is a sign of self-hatred when you're doing that, being a black man yourself.
He's talking about
even I was
daughters.
offended when he was saying this stuff. I'm just
like, well, because he's talking about your sisters. He's talking about the women in your family. He's talking about our daughters, if we have any. He's talking about.
I'm surprised he has any daughters, to be honest, or any children, for the way he acts.
Well, he's been married a few times and divorced a few times. He's talking about his own daughters. Okay. That's what he's doing. He's basically hating on his own children. And he's hating on his own mother.
But what I had agreed with was the whole how many times do we have to tell you brothers to just pull your pants up, wear a belt? How many times we gotta tell you guys this? Like, no one and they throw an attitude too. Like, why are you even looking at my? We wouldn't have to do if you would wear a freaking belt and walk like you got some sense.
Well, I mean, that kind of goes without saying, but does he have to trash women? You know what I mean? He's like,
yeah, that's
he's putting them down. Why doesn't he just address men and say, gentlemen, you guys need to be gentlemen, but no, he has to be mean to women. You know, he's
If this guy was in the 50s or whatever, he'd be quoting that stupid misogynistic quote I hate with a passion. Rule of thumb. I can't stand that quote. Don't ever say it in front of me.
rule of thumb. Well, it's condescending.
Because back in the day, um, if your wife got out of line, you were able to use a ruler as a disciplinary action, no wider than the size of your thumb, basically.
You mean like strike?
Basically, yeah.
Oh,
That's why
I'm Catholic. I can
That's
can
why I
go.
don't
Yeah,
like
okay,
the
yeah.
saying. Don't ever say rule of thumb in front of me.
Okay, so you know exactly where that comes from, and that's corporal
I watched
punishment.
Boondock Saints. I learned a lot.
Okay, well, I'm Catholic, and I can back you up on that one. I know what rulers and all that jazz and that. Okay,
Yeah, just
I
say
feel
the
you.
point being or my primary thesis, something. Don't ever say rule of thumb in front of me.
Well, okay, well, I feel you. I know where you're going with this, but it's basically where he's just there's a lot of hatred coming from that. There was a lot of just meanness. And the thing is, are you really trying to get along with people? You know what I mean? It's just like, aren't we trying to bring families back together?
Even Al Bundy's like, tone it down, dude. Seriously.
Well, the thing about Al Bundy is that was a TV show. That was like what, 30 years ago or something? That was the 80s. Well, that was more than 30 years ago.
Well, yeah.
Okay, that was a long time ago. That was the 80s, and that was pretend. This reminds me of like the Little Rascals. No girls allowed. That's silly. Okay, that's a TV show. Al Bundy's No Ma'am. That's silly. Okay, that's all silly TV shows. This man was being mean and hateful and hating himself, his own race, to chase the bag.
He was basically Black Lightning's Tobias Whale.
Okay, I don't.
If that makes any sense to you guys, because I know some of you watch Black Lightning. Tobias Whale, he was a beige black man, basically.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm just going to go with whatever you're saying because I don't know what you're talking about.
No, he's a DC Comics character.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the show Black Lightning. He's a beige, light-skinned man full of self-hatred. He's always saying, you know, black folks this and that. I'm just like, oh my goodness.
Is he a high-value man in a three-piece suit?
Basically.
Okay.
If you guys want to explain it to her, feel free.
Okay.
The line's open if you want to leave a comment.
It sounds like a likely reference, and I don't want to take this and run with it, but
it's pretty much up there.
Okay, well, it sounds very like an apt description, and but I basically, my fiance has better things to do than watch the Manosphere, so I sat down and explained the Manosphere to him, and I showed him the average at best video for the first time. I showed it to him today, and I watched him get so angry, and he goes, I can't believe this clown. I go, a cornball, right? And he goes, yeah, I cannot believe there's people like this out there. And I'm like, I'm telling you. And he goes, you deal with people like this all the time? And I said, yeah. And he goes, how do you deal with this? And I go, well, I don't interact with people like this. I said, I'm around this because I'm a YouTuber, and I don't consort with people like this. I consort with positive people. I just know that we're dealing with this. This is the force that we're dealing with when we're trying to be positive in the community, and we're dealing with people who hate their women, hate their counterparts, hate themselves. You know what I mean?
I'm just gonna say this. There's fellas, there's nothing wrong with being an alpha male, but you need to learn your daggone limits. That's what I'm gonna tell you right now.
Well, I'm gonna talk about the Manosphere here for a moment. I don't know a single man in the Manosphere who is with a woman that he really wants to be with. I'm sitting here with a man I really want to be with. This is the man I really want to be. I can't think of anyone else I would rather be with. Okay.
Likewise.
So, And he didn't know what the Manosphere was. You know why? Because
I had a feeling about it.
well, but he still didn't know what it was because he doesn't need to know what it was. He didn't have to go look, how can I do better with women? Because he's already with the one he wants to be with. He gets up every day. He has his own business. He does his own thing. He's positive in his community. He's an insurance broker and he has his own business. I mean, he does his thing and I'm behind him 100%. He's not worried about me cheating on him. I don't disrespect him. I respect his intelligence. I don't ever call him names. He doesn't have to worry about me doing anything behind his back. He knows I have complete loyalty to him, and he doesn't have to worry about being in the Manosphere because he's never had to worry about me doing anything wrong to him. He doesn't have to be in a Manosphere. These Manosphere men are worried about low value women who have been with all these different men who cheat on him, who disrespect him, who look down on him, and have.
I'm pretty sure, and
This is
this just
terrible.
now came to me. This whole reversed Roe versus Wade. I'm pretty sure someone in the Manosphere came up with that. They're saying, "Oh, you know what? It should be illegal to women to abort this and that." I'm just, that's just my cognitive thinking on it. Because what woman would reverse that? I mean, seriously.
That whole thing just blows my mind. That's been going on since the 60s at least, since before I was born. That's a long time ago. This has been going on for
It's
ages.
like most of these guys, these boys, I'd rather say, are getting together and they're just like, you know what? Let's bring back the predominant society the way it used to be. Let's devalue our women. Let's do this and that. Let's just be total womp rats and idiotic.
And you know what this is? Fear. Fear. You guys are afraid of us. We're not doing anything to you. Good women just want to love you, but you need to treat us right. But women basically just want to love men. That women by default want to make relationships work. We want to love you. We want to take care of our kids. We want to make relationships work, but you need to quit treating us like trash.
And I was telling her earlier,
Because we basically, normal women love men.
Some of you guys need to go back and watch Clerks and really pay attention. I'm serious. I'm just like,
I'm not laughing at you. I just love that movie though. That's why I'm laughing.
Because Silent Bob, there was a line that should have hit every guy in a relationship, is saying there's a lot of beautiful women in the world and a lot of girlfriends. I can't quote it verbatim, but anyway, he was basically saying, there are a lot of girlfriends in the world, but not all of them bring you. I think it was spaghetti, if I remember.
No, I think it was homemade lasagna.
Lasagna, yeah, I think that's what. But basically, he was like, most girlfriends won't bring you lasagna at work; they just cheat on you.
Yeah. Not well. I mean, but you listen to the Manosphere, and these guys will tell you that all women cheat, and none will bring you lasagna.
Which is
beep. Well, because maybe these guys are jerks who get cheated on.
Gee, I wonder why.
Well, that's what they manifest. That's why they manifest cheating women. They're getting what they manifest. Okay, you get what you manifest, and I'm sorry. These are guys who get the women they don't want. So what they're saying is, go for what you really don't want and treat them like trash. Well, I mean, does that make any sense? No. So you basically just go for what you don't want anyway. I mean, that really, to me, it's like, believe you can have anything you want and go get it. That's my attitude. I manifested my twin flame.
I
I've
was-
got my twin flame
I
right
was-
here.
I was about to say too, like, lead by my example at least.
I've got my twin flame.
I have
That's him.
a beautiful fiance. I have my own business, my own YouTube channel, my own freaking book, for criminy's sakes.
He's an author. He was an author before he was 30. He was an author before he was 28.
Pinstripe, the Stripe Savior. Check it out. It's on Amazon and Amazon Kindle. Just thought I'd throw that out there
Yeah.
for you. YouTube, don't get mad at me. I'm just saying that.
You can push your book on YouTube.
All right, I'm just not trying to get in
Oh,
trouble for
okay.
it.
Okay. I don't think you can get in trouble for that. But I mean, I think before you were even 28, you published a book.
Yeah,
So,
I was around
yeah.
between 26, 28 when I finished my first book.
Yeah. And when I first met him, I said, I think he was writing when I first met him. I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, I'm writing a book. And I said, I'm a writer. I'm Dark West Diva. And we started chatting, and it's like, right on, So I'm like, hey, there was like some instant connection there. And so I said, hey, I'm the blogger Dark West Diva. And we started talking, and he wrote a book. And I was like, and that was kind of the start of something beautiful. And so it's like, you can have whatever you want if you really want it. And these Manosphere guys are saying, no, no woman will ever be good to you. So you need to treat her like trash. And all women are basically trash. And they're all going to cheat on you. And they're all going to do this and do that. And they're all out to use you. And, and
admittedly, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I make mistakes. But
everybody does.
She still loves me nonetheless.
Well, I mean, no one is perfect, and I'm also not perfect. I'm very moody. I'm a woman. That's what we are.
I'm saying because I'm putting that out there because I know some people are like, oh, I do not want to hear him talk.
Well, no, he's not perfect. Okay, he's younger than me, and he does stupid things all the time, and I am extremely moody.
I'd say most of the time, not all the time.
I'm exaggerating, how I am. But I mean, I'm a gangster, dude. I'm very moody, okay?
She's a gangster, I'm a boss, and somehow we work.
Yeah, well, we make it work, okay? And I mean, I'm highly emotional and moody,
We're supposed to say you're a gangster on here.
Everybody knows that. And so I'm just like ex-gangster or whatever. I'm being silly, okay? I'm using words. I'm using
I know
words.
you're serious. I'm only tiptoeing because it's our first night back in months, so
everybody knows I'm using words here. I'm an ENTJ, okay? And people know my temperament and how I am and how serious I am about everything I do, and everybody knows just how I am. And I'm very motivated about things, and I just saw myself through a lot, and it's like we are good partners for each other, and we both make mistakes, and we both do things that are, we're flawed human beings, but we see each other through everything. And if you want to see things in a way where you want to focus on the negative, that's what you're going to get out of life. But if you want to focus on the positive, that's what you're going to get out of life. And to me, that's just good old-fashioned common sense. But if you want to go, hey, look, these are two flawed human beings that bring out the best in each other, well, why don't you look at it like that?
right.
Instead of, saying, hey, all people this race are good, all people this race are bad, and you need to find somebody this race or it's not going to work out. Or back in the day they used to say, oh, people of different races shouldn't even be together, and it used to be against the law. And now people are saying, no, you can't be with someone of this race.
And you notice
that's crazy.
And you notice a couple of those kids back in the day that they're light skinned, like they.
Which kids?
Back in you were talking about like the 50s or what? You're talking about biracial relationships.
Oh, well, there have always been mixed people, but I think those relationships may have been against the law, but there have always been mixed people. I don't want to say anything insensitive on the air, but there have always been mixed people, and since the dawn of time, and all over the world. and there will be mixed people more and more. Now that we've got the World Wide Web, and actually, people will be healthier now that there's more mixed people, and there's no people that are better than any other people. And
You don't have to worry about wearing weaves.
don't say that. And I'm going to let you know right now, Caucasian people wear hair extensions. So don't go thinking we do not wear them.
Speaking as a black man, that kind of freaks me out. Like, you aren't white people supposed to have like natural long hair?
Well, I mean, I'm growing this is my real hair, but if okay, when we get married, if I suddenly have really long hair, suddenly that's not really my hair. I'm just letting you know. If overnight it's just really, really long, it's not mine. If it's just really long for the wedding and all of a sudden it's not real.
It's like, let's make this night magical. What the is that?
No, but I mean, if you notice, like some people when they're modeling and stuff, sometimes they have really long hair. Well, sometimes it's a wig or something. But I mean, I don't think you've bless you. I don't think you've ever seen me with a wig or extensions, but that doesn't mean you won't see me with them sometime. You just haven't seen me with it yet.
Why does that frighten me?
Well, I mean, I don't know, but I mean, people of different races have extensions and they have weaves and they have different, and it's usually modeling or their wedding day, and men have them and women have them.
I still got to take my modeling pictures.
Right. Well, I mean, and you can have fake hair if you want. I mean, what is the deal why do people think that only black people have that? Because that's not true. So we need to dispel the myth.
We're jumping way off topic.
Okay, but I mean, we need to stop with that, because I think that's kind of a negative stereotype, and it's, everybody has fake hair sometimes. So it's not white people have fake hair sometimes. And my pink hair, that's not real. That's me dyeing my hair. But my blonde hair is real. I'm just letting everybody know there is natural blonde hair. It's real.
Going back to the Manosphere thing.
I'm just playing with you. No, but
oh my goodness. I lost my train of thought.
I know, because I'm screwing around, but I just weaves. White people have them too. They just call them hair extensions. We just have another word for it. It's the same thing. But this is my hair.
All right, let's try to get back on topic here.
Okay.
We're gonna spend all night talking about weaves and
right,
all that madness.
The Manosphere. I don't know if they wear toupees. They don't seem to. I've never seen them do
Now we're getting on men's hair?
that. I don't know if they do or not. I never really examined any of them too closely, but they do a lot of I don't know, they tidy themselves up a little bit. They seem to do that. They try to fancy themselves up as much as they can. Thing about the Manospheres, they feel like if they make the most of their appearance, that they're gonna pull a better class of women, and mostly when men make themselves
You're
look
really
better.
Not. I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna be straight, flat out real. You are not. No self-respecting goddess is gonna want to deal with your mess.
I mean, because you can make yourself look better on the outside, dudes, but if you're really just a jerk on the inside, you're just putting lipstick on a pig. Seriously, because I've talked to guys.
Not even the pig's gonna want you. I'm just gonna say that.
I mean, because I've talked to guys where they, they're good looking on the outside or whatever, but they just have crap personalities, and I'm just like, You know, I'm not going to deal with some guy if he just has a horrible personality. Because I've talked to a lot of good looking guys. I've dated models and actors. And I'm just like, this guy is just like shallow, and I'm just like, it's just not enough. You talk to this guy for 5 minutes and he's just like nothing.
Ridiculously good
Or just
looking.
like, I dated a lot of Zoolanders and a lot of dudes like that. And it's just like, I mean, I'm
start scaring people off.
no, but I mean, I'm nice enough guys, but I mean, they're just kind of like, it just wasn't enough. I'm sorry, like, because I model a little bit too, but I'm just like, okay, well, you're nice, but I mean, some of these guys were mean, some of these guys were just like shallow.
How hard is it to show love to a woman? How hard is that?
Well, I mean, like, some people are nice looking on the outside, but if they're ugly on the inside, it just kind of comes through. You know what I mean? Like, their vibe comes through and they're nice, but their vibe starts coming out and makes them ugly. You know what I'm saying? And you're just like, all of a sudden you're just looking at them and you start seeing them in a different way because their vibe is so bad. And all of a sudden their appearance stops mattering. Like, whatever you saw in them that physically they looked nice, you're just kind of looking at them like, wow, I mean, what did I ever see in that person? Like, when I accepted a date, they're just the way they're talking, they're mean or whatever, or they're just shallow, or they're just something. There's nothing you can really grab onto that you can really do anything with. You're just like, okay, well, you're good looking, and that's it. There's nothing else there. So, I mean, you don't really want to see him again.
And I get sometimes women can have a tendency to be naive. I understand that, but it shouldn't be to the point where you're just flat out ignoring just the guy's behavior. Like, it's not always a Joker Harley Quinn situation.
Well, I think a lot of it is some people are not taught to look for certain things, and they want a relationship so bad that they've got the blinders on, and they're not.
You just reminded me of what I was going to say earlier.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, going back to, because she was saying earlier, she showed me Kevin Samuel's video. Yeah, I know.
Good. Go ahead.
And well, first of all, I got fired up because of that whole rating system. That is some middle school, high school BS.
Mm-hmm.
You should not be doing that when you're adults. That's just pitiful.
Yep.
And I mean, I get that she wants a certain type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
What he said was just off the charts, flat out messed up. And
yeah, it was.
He basically said, "Oh, you don't deserve a guy who works 6 figures because you're not doing this and that, and you have a child." I'm just like, you know how many 6-figure people have pre-started families?
Right. He's not taking that into consideration, that there might not be a single dad, maybe with a daughter, who's looking for a nice mom. I mean, and maybe he wants a son. He's not taking that into consideration, or that man may consider her an 8, or I mean, and I know you don't like the rating system. I'm just saying hypothetically. No. I know you don't like that, but I'm just using that as an example. He might consider her average at best, but maybe the next man might consider her perfect. That was uncalled for.
Yeah, that actually leads me into the next thing I was gonna say.
That was just mean,
fellas. If you are going to date a woman, take into consideration that she may have a child.
Mm-hmm.
like that whole lots of women are getting engaged and getting impregnated this past year, maybe 2 years, so on and so forth. If you're looking for, just take into consideration, otherwise you're going to have a really hard time meeting women. Just take into consideration that they may have a child already.
Well, the thing about women with children, she brought a life into the world. That means she's fertile. That means she's normal. That means she's responsible. Okay. And women who bring children to the world are women. Okay. That means she's natural. So, why is that unusual for her to have a child? And I'm sorry, if she's over the age of 25, she probably is a mother. Odds are she is. Most.
And sadly, that I did agree with one thing he said, that that whole teenage mom thing, like that's that's a different story. But I'm just gonna say that that's also got to stop. Yeah, I've seen teenage girls these past few years. They're actually very intelligent, very resilient.
I was a young mother, and my husband died, and I was a good mother. My child is extremely successful. So you can't judge somebody as a young parent. You can't say, oh, they're trash because they don't have a child's father. My husband died. And yes, I was married. And yes, I was one of the good parents. So you can't judge somebody for being a young parent. My child's extremely successful. And
really, though, most of these people today just want to be pig-headed.
Well, because they're judgmental. And I personally think Kevin Samuels would be nice to me because I'm Caucasian.
Let's just you got kids? Real. That's a deal breaker. Go somewhere else then.
Well, he wouldn't say it to me, but I wouldn't call a show either. But just saying.
That was the other thing too.
He would say it to me because I'm Caucasian.
You're gonna call yourself a highly self-respected woman, and you're gonna keep calling this fool's hot luck. First of all, the first time I got livid about it was, you have to book a session. How are you gonna book a session on YouTube?
Well, I don't know how that works, but I'm not giving that man my money. Two, I'm not going to ask him to assess how attractive he thinks I am, because I will decide how attractive I am.
He was okay. He was about as bad as an evangelist. I'm just going to say that.
Okay. The only thing I'm worried about, how attractive I am, I will decide how attractive I am, and so will you. And that's all that matters. Okay. Seriously. Right. You decide how attractive I am, and I decide. And after that, that's all that matters. And he doesn't get to decide how attractive I am. That's it. So I'm not going to call a show and have him tell me my worth. That's the difference between me and that lady. And he does not understand single moms and how good they are. And
I just want to say this real quick. If you are a teen mom, do whatever you can for your child. I'm just going to say that. If you're a teenager, if you're 16 at least or whatever, and you're not yet pregnant, just keep it that way.
Well, you're going to want to think about, if you're 16, you're a young girl, and I would urge you not to have sex. But if you're doing that, you need to be on birth control. And
I suggest an IUD, in my opinion.
You think?
More effective.
Okay. Well, I was on the pill for a long time, the shot. That's very effective. I had one child, and the pill and the shot are very effective. Always use condoms.
But the point of the whole matter is,
But don't have sex is a really good idea. And you find Mr. Right and you get that ring on your finger. That's what's up.
Exactly.
And don't sleep around. That's what's up. But if you got to use birth control. That's what's up.
The whole point, ladies, the whole point of this is it should have never been said in the first place.
Yeah.
You should not have a man evaluate your worth. Like, we've been over this for centuries now.
Listen to him. Don't ever talk to guys like Kevin Samuels and have him tell you what your worth is, because that a man like that does not know.
Basically, don't deal with any season 1 Barney Stinsons, basically.
Right. But he cursed her out. He said the F word to her. He
said broads. That's what really burned my biscuits right there.
Okay, and the thing is we used to say that back in the hood. I haven't heard that since I'm from the hood. I have not heard that since I was in the hood. And the thing is, he's supposed to be this high value man. Who says that but ghetto dudes?
Low value born, more like it, but
low value man say broads. Okay, I've not heard that since I was in the hood, and that was years ago. I got out of the hood a long time ago, and that was the last time I heard that, and I was like, nuh-uh. When I heard that, I was like, he's some high value man, huh? Saying the F word to her and calling her a broad. Okay. Abroad. Calling her a broad.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying. I mean,
I like to play with words
because he's a writer. But it was like, I was like, really, you're a high value man, and calling a lady who has not cussed you out at all, who has completely been respectful. She was respectful to him the entire time while he berated her.
And this is what really got me. She was smiling the whole time he was doing it.
She was completely composed. She was ladylike. She was kind. I mean, she had class the entire time. And I was like,
bro, if he didn't even have to answer the call. That's what I don't get.
Well, he did on purpose so he could do that. And I peeped what he was doing. I saw what he was. I was like, okay, he's doing this to be mean.
I'm surprised he even had over 1 million subscribers.
No, well, he did it to be mean, and I saw what he was doing. And she took it too, and it was sad.
She's a single mom with basically a teenager.
Right.
She already has enough on her plate. She did not need to deal with all that.
Well, you were a teenage guy at one time, and you know how hard you probably were on your parents, and think of what she was going through.
I was a little different.
Oh, okay. But, okay, but I mean.
But no, I see your point though.
But I mean, that's.
It's like you're really gonna pick on someone that's half your age and a single mother.
Yeah.
And the baby daddy, truth be told, it was none of his business in the first place. She just wanted advice.
She wanted advice, and it's really, it's none of his business where the young man's father was. I mean, he obviously was not with her anymore, so that's it. Doesn't matter if he lives next door.
That's another thing I didn't get, because she said herself, "Oh, I make 6 figures." I'm just like,
good for you.
Good for you, but if you're looking to meet a guy who does the same thing, that shouldn't be too hard. That's what I don't understand.
Well, there's this thing called Millionairescom. She could have gone on. Why doesn't he just say go on Millionairescom? There's a thing called Millionairescom.
I actually never knew that.
Yeah. Why doesn't she just hit me up and I'll say, girl, go on Millionairescom. Done.
For all of you high and whatever you call it type ladies, if
all you go-getters, all
you go-getters who
all you people who are a few steps beyond us, okay,
who want to Get with other go-getters, millionaires.com.
Millionairescom. Okay, it's a thing. And it's apparently a real thing. You get on there, millionaires.com. I don't know if it's a legit site or not, but I've heard of it. I don't know if it's real or not, but I've heard of it. And I guess
I don't either.
I don't know. I don't either. So I'm not giving them a plug. It's just something I've heard of.
Well, we're millionaires in the making, so
We're millionaires in the making, but we're already together. You can't have us. We're not looking to be a throuple. So don't even forget about it.
Say that on live. What are you doing?
Because I don't want them trying to hit us up.
I'm sure they're not going to.
I'm sure they might. We're pretty cute.
I'm not going to deny that.
Okay. We're a catch, they might want us, but we're not into that. But I'm just saying, we're not millionaires yet, but we're not like that. So the thing is, someday we will be millionaires though. So,
and I admit, I used to be in her position. I would smile when it was an awkward, uncomfortable situation, but now I can read into when somebody's being rude and condescending, and that's why I'm so monotone with people, because I'm just like, okay, really?
Well, if someone's just being condescending, I'm just like, you silly goose. Because they're trying to make you feel bad, and you just shake your head like, you can try to make me feel bad, but I'm not going to take.
You're gonna make me feel bad, like, really.
You can't make me feel bad, because I don't feel bad about myself. I like myself. I like who I'm with, and I like myself. You can't make me feel bad.
I like myself. I like what I've accomplished before the age of 30. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. And you've got a bad bee with you. I mean, like, what can't you do?
Author, inventor.
You found your soulmate already. And like, we're not the kind of people that
YouTube sensation, basically.
Yeah, I mean, we do our thing. I mean, and we found each other, and we're happy, and we both, I mean, we're entrepreneurs, and we do our thing, and we just I don't know. I mean, we have self-esteem, and I really feel badly for that lady, and I really hope that she knows that she can find her six-figure man. And it's okay to want to find somebody who makes as much money as you do. You're completely entitled to that. You're entitled to have anything you want in life. Okay, you go on millionaires.com. Why don't you go to some convention? You said what, your dad and your uncle, they're, six-figure guys. Why don't you ask them to introduce you to somebody, or, their friends, or, I mean, just don't be afraid to ask people to introduce you to people.
But yeah, speaking as people who are potential six-figure earners,
just give us a few years.
We know people who know how to go to those conventions. Like, there are conventions like that all over the place. Just go to one of those, introduce yourself, let them know what your business is, and see where it goes from there.
Yeah. So I really just, I feel like if you go places where people with money hang out, you're just kind of, Google around. There's ways you can find people with money. You know where they aren't, right? Don't go there. Easy peasy. So.
And it shouldn't make a difference. You should vibe with who you vibe with. You shouldn't have to, oh no, he has to have six figures. He has to have a car. He has to have this and that.
Well, no, but I mean, if she goes places where the people with money are, she's going to run into a guy who is looking for...
She knows what she wants. I respect that. I'm saying for all the other people.
Yeah, well, I mean, he has no right to tell her that she can't find a guy who makes as much as she does. And she doesn't want a guy who's leeching off her for her income.
Right.
And I mean, she has a right to that.
She doesn't want a guy who's not ambitious.
Correct. I mean,
that's all it was.
I wouldn't want a guy who's not ambitious. I wouldn't be attracted to a guy who's not ambitious. That would turn me off, right? Because I'm ambitious, right? See, he's ambitious. I'm turned on by that because I'm ambitious. You know what I mean? So I mean, and if I wasn't
You
ambitious,
seen our house?
you know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure if I wasn't ambitious, he wouldn't be attracted to me either. So she has a right to be attracted to a person who's like her.
I'm also an investment broker. I know how to work with money and how to have money work for me.
So I'm sure that she would like a gentleman like him. So she needs to go where brokers are and other people like that. So I'm sure if she was kind of more of a creative thinker and started, Googling around, she could find a gentleman like that. And all Kevin Samuels had to do was tell her that. See, I'm telling her that. So I hope you're watching. Don't let people tell you can't do things, son.
If you want a 6-footer with 6 figures, I said go after it.
You're right.
Who cares? I mean, he's not even with us anymore. So
yeah, right. So, his advice was real good. He's not even here anymore. So, but I think he was just saying that stuff to make his show because he likes being mean and he wanted to make the show pop.
That's what makes me sick with all these other YouTubers. It's like the people who support them the most, they just want to rag on them just for more ratings.
Well,
that upsets me.
Let's concentrate on the things he was saying.
Yeah, let's
that
do
was
that.
wrong. Not so much on him per se, but the thing that he was saying was negative.
Yeah, let's just focus on
that.
Let's
be solution based, okay? Solution based is he was just saying dead end. No, you need to think outside the box. You're an entrepreneur, right?
Look, just because you wear a pinky ring and a cheap 3-piece suit,
no, but I mean,
you're unhappy.
If she thinks outside the box, okay, where do rich guys hang out? They hang out at yacht clubs, golf clubs. Okay, rich guys, they don't go out clubbing. They're up early in the morning.
Definitely go to country clubs.
Country clubs.
Get yourself a membership and meet some guys there.
Okay, rich people are up early in the morning thinking of new ways to be rich. They're not out at the clubs all night.
Oh, I'm going to put on my polo and just go shoot some 18 holes today, Tim.
Right. Rich guys don't have like sneaker collections. Rich guys are going out.
I love polos.
Rich guys are, they go and they're in fine clothing departments buying tasteful clothes. They do certain things and they don't do certain things. So you go where they are and avoid where they aren't, right? I mean, that is complete, and what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to just go where they are. You just figure out where they are and hang out there. And they're going to go, look, here's a nice, classy lady. And if they have enough money, they're not going to care that you have a kid. They probably have kids too, right? If they're old enough, they're going to have kids.
Here's my suggestion. If they say something negative, just straight up say 3 simple words. Sensational vibes only.
Right. And the rich guys, and
then walk away.
And if the rich guys, if they're smart, they're going to be like, oh, I watch those too. They're from Sacramento. They're straight up OGs. Guys. Yeah, I don't miss their show. Yeah. That Dark Mass Diva, that Astral, that Juliana Angel, they're great. They have the best advice. They're just positive, man. They manifest everything they ever wanted in life. I like those two. They know everything. I take every word of their advice. And she's gonna go, yeah, me too. And then they're gonna realize they're made for each other.
And just take our advice with a grain of salt, because this whole Manosphere thing, that's some boys club BS right there.
Are those Manosphere guys happy?
Most likely not.
No.
Oh, I've been married 25 years and my wife is this and that. Gee, okay. I wonder why.
All right. I'm going to hit you with a phrase, okay? My friend, Michael John Boback, calls guys like this born again incels. These guys are over 40 and they're like incels that are just, they still can't score with women. They're divorced again and they still don't get it. Born again incels. It's a thing. Look it up in the Urban Dictionary. It's actually a thing. This is my friend who is married to a gorgeous Nigerian lady and has a baby. He's a big old Mac, okay? And he made this word up, and he's my friend, and it's hilarious, and he's right. Okay? So, born again incels. That's what the Manosphere is. And I don't know a single man in the Manosphere, know of a single man in the Manosphere, and they're all single or they're with a woman they don't like, who is happy. But
born again
incels. Yes, my friend made that up. And it is hilarious.
I'm just like, what are incels?
Incel. Oh, involuntary celibate.
Okay.
Involuntary celibate. An incel. That's a guy who can't get any. Or any that he really wants.
I like that.
Incel. Trying to keep it classy.
Well, maybe if they'd stop acting like high schoolers.
Well, because they have the mentality of the rating system. Get it? These guys just can't get the woman they really want, so they settle for what they get.
And here's another thing. Part of it is listening to their idiotic friends who don't have a steady girlfriend, for one thing.
These are just unhappy men.
You're just like, look, if you want to get with this girl, you take my advice. Oh, shut up with all of that. Where's your girlfriend at?
These men tell tales of debauchery and just that they're just not happy people. They don't smile. They're not happy guys. And they just sit there and talk about all this negative. They are not happy people. Like, dude. And I mean, and they all give each other compliments, but they don't have a single nice thing to say about a woman. And I'm like, you guys even seriously like women? I'm just gonna put that out there.
I'm still good on batteries, surprisingly.
Nice. Do you guys really seriously like women? You guys?
And if you say yes and you're part of the Manosphere, just don't even bother.
They don't get along with women. And I think there's a little something going on there. I don't think there's anything wrong with the gay community, but I really think you need to stop and ask yourself a few questions. There's nothing wrong with being gay.
We're totally gonna mention that on next video too. The whole just hating on gay people.
Right. Yeah. I support the gay community completely, but if that is your issue, just stop being a misogynist and just go with each other and just be freaking happy already.
Since
seriously.
it's Pride Month.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there is seriously nothing wrong with being gay, but you need to just quit hating on the opposite sex and just be happy. Okay.
We actually live in a gay community.
We do. We are the token straight couple. But we're like an interracial straight couple. So, you know. But yeah. So if that's your issue, if that's the underlying issue, that you're not facing your sexuality, maybe you need to. Or you're mad at your mother, you need to get past that. Or you need to just.
No, it ain't my brother.
I don't know what it is with these guys. They're just they need to need to figure it out.
That was from Adam Sandler's Big Daddy.
Okay, well, I don't think anyone is a big daddy on the Manosphere. Ain't no one a daddy there, man. I don't think anyone's trying to pay their child support. I don't know.
It's like, guys, how hard is it to be respectful and treat people right? Not just women either, just people in general. Just man up. Goodness gracious.
Well, all these dudes are showing love for each other, but they don't have love for women. They're just
I love you, man. I love you too, man. Oh my goodness. Just get it over with already.
Well, maybe they should just all be with each other. I'm trying to say that as ladylike as I can, but they need to get,
because you guys are that's the crazy funny thing about it is you guys are about as bad as any fraternity on a college, on a low budget college campus. I'm just gonna say that.
Well, it just
'Cause-
it reminds me of the Little Rascals No Girls Allowed Club or something like a treehouse, like girls have cooties. You know,
We
that's
are
just,
all proud heterosexual men. Then why you complain about women so much?
well, I mean, there's something wrong with you if you just can't learn to get along with people. There's something funny about you. I mean,
And this isn't even elder men. Even it's
well,
guys my age.
it's guys your age, it's guys middle-aged men. It's guys like 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. We're talking incels.
Just emphasize the 50s one.
50s, because did you know that Kevin Samuels was 57 when he died? He wasn't even 60. This man's 57 and he's that salty.
I'm gonna hold my tongue on that one.
57 and he's that salty. I'm like, really? You really couldn't have ironed it out at you're 57 years old and you're still acting like that?
It's like, what did your ex-wives do that was so terrible that made you divorce them 3 times?
No, they divorced him. I'm pretty sure of it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you really
You
couldn't
think you
have.
would learn after the first divorce?
Well, I mean,
saying that.
I'm not sure how many divorces there were, but there were more than one, I think, and he really couldn't have straightened his manners out after the age of 57. But I mean, nobody should die in their 50s. I'm not like ha or anything, but 57 and you still couldn't act right? 57.
I'm planning to be in the WE Hall of Fame by the time I'm in my 50s.
Well, I think you will, but 57 and you're still acting like that? Really? I mean, I don't think I act that mature for my age, but really, you're acting like that? Bro.
And he was saying this whole he was saying something older men, younger women, something like that.
Okay, well, I mean, a lot of younger women like older men. That's fine, but he acted mature.
Hey there, girlie, let me read you a bedtime story. Like, yay!
Oh, creepy! Don't talk like that ever again, please. But he's 57 and he's acting like that.
I was trying to do like Will Smith from Fresh Prince when
Oh.
he was being an old man.
Oh, that's fun. No, that's funny, but I mean, just the way he was talking, and I'm thinking, was someone with that age of maturity and he's still talking like that and acting like that? I think he should be acting better than that. You know what I mean? You need to be setting an example in your 50s. Right?
Oh, I agree with you.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of, you should be more nurturing if you're that age, and you should not be talking to somebody like that. And
A woman above all things.
correct. So it was hateful, and I don't his advice was not even helpful. He was not telling her how to actually go after what she needed to go after. He was just saying, no, you can't do it. How helpful is that? It's not. You're telling someone they can't do something. That's not very intelligent.
She came to you in all confidence asking for basic advice, and you just did vice versa.
Well, you're just telling someone they can't do something. That's
It's like
that's not success talk. You're telling them they can't
average.
do it.
You're not going to get a 6-figure man.
Well, you're telling someone they can't do something. You're not telling them how to do
Oh,
it. You're
geez,
telling
I
them
can
they
see
can't.
why you're divorced. Goodness gracious.
Well, I mean,
That
if
nasty attitude.
being successful is telling someone how to do something, how to think outside the box, you're basically telling her she can't. So,
And I'm really hoping she's watching this right now, because
yeah, I don't know what her name is. I would type her name in if I knew what it was and say, hey, I hope you're watching, hun. Please, I hope you're watching, because you can do it. Who's he? Who is he? And who is anyone to tell you can't do? I mean, you're making 6 figures. I wasn't at your age. Okay.
And I also wanted to bring up this other guy. I believe his name is Sir Ism. Oh, Juliana was showing me one of the videos from Nathaniel's,
Oh, billionaire mindset.
yeah, billionaire mindset. Uh, this guy's Sirism, he was just, I don't know what his deal was, to be honest.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He-
Ask Nathaniel. Yeah,
yeah,
that I think maybe they were in some kind of capping war or something like that. But yeah, yeah. He insulted a friend of mine, Nancy, and that's not cool. Yeah, don't
just because you can't get with her.
probably Nancy's gorgeous. That's my girl. Nancy's gorgeous, and yeah, don't ever insult Nancy.
And I just want to say this real quick before she moves on. If you are, and this goes to all the respectful guys, my fellow nerds, people of that caliber, basically. If you see a gorgeous woman, just go up and converse with her,
Right.
because she's probably as nervous to go up to you as you are to her.
Well, there's women should not have to approach men.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is, she might be as nervous to talk to you as you would be conversing with her. So just strike up a conversation with her. If you find out she's one of those high maintenance, wants a shiny car and a giant house, just move on to the next goddess. Just keep going.
Yeah, if you don't have that yet, just go like, okay, well that one looks like she'll work with me.
Don't listen to that whole oh man, she's out of my league. I don't know. Just put
Maybe she'll work with you.
that out of your mindset.
You know,
Because if you meet a gorgeous queen who is out of your league and she goes with you, you've already seen what happened with Penny and Leonard on Big Bang Theory.
did you think that she would talk to him? She did.
Seasons later, they're married and happy.
See?
Well, happy as they can be, anyway.
All right. You never know who'll talk to whom. So, and some people will just be, just lock eyes and that's it. But yeah, to go with what he's saying, I'm going to let you know something about women and men coming up and talking to them. The thing is, they're waiting for you to come up, gentlemen. Women are waiting for you to come up and talk, but you won't. You'll get online and you'll hit women up and you'll ask them for pictures. Don't ever do that, because the chances are that you're on social media and they have like 12 pictures of themselves up there and you'll ask them for a picture. They think you want a nude picture. They're going to block you.
I'm going to tell you this right here, too. First ever picture she showed me was Slim in a green dress. And I was like, wow. Just simply wow.
Yeah. And that's the first picture he saw of me, and he wasn't asking for a bunch of pictures because there were some. And I said, well, here's one you may or may not have seen. And I pointed it out to him. And it was already on my profile. But I said, well, I don't know if you saw it or not, but go look at the one in the corner.
If you see it in the corner.
Oh, 1111. We're twin flames. That's why I pointed that out. But do not ask women for pictures. They think you want a dirty picture. Okay. But
send me what you ask.
But nice ladies are not going to send you nudes. Okay, because not all of us are on OnlyFans, and you don't want a woman like that anyway. And I'm not trying to down people that do that.
OnlyFans thing is a whole different story.
Okay, that's their job. Women on OnlyFans, that's their job. Okay, that's women who are online trying to meet people. They're looking for husbands. OnlyFans is somebody's job. That's a whole nother ball of wax. Okay,
and I know a few WE superstars who actually use that, and they're married already.
Right. So you need to not ask women for more pictures, because the ones that they're showing you, those are their pictures. So don't.
And I know some of you are like, I went out, I've done this, I've done that. Here's my question to you. You guys do realize the pandemic is lifting up substantially, right? You can
So
go back out and meet women like you used to.
if you see a woman in a coffee shop, in the supermarket, it's okay to go up and say, "Hi, how you doing?" She might smile and take her mask off.
Big and small was one tall.
It's okay to make a conversation and act like a human being and say, "You want to go grab a drink or something?" It's okay to do that. It really is, because some of the prettiest women don't even get talked to. I swear to God. And they're like, "Why don't men come up and talk to me?" They stare at me all day and go, but they don't come up and talk to me. And I mean, I hear this all the time. And then, but they'll hit me up online and ask me for pictures, and I have to block them. And I'm like, right, that's how it goes. It's true.
And if you've seen Dwayne the Rock Johnson in Baywatch, follow his advice too. He's gonna, because he even told him, "Are you gonna go down there and talk to her, or are you just gonna stand there being a creeper?"
Right. And what, you know what? I'm going to tell you this right now. Women get tired of being stared at all the time, because you're like, what? Is he going to follow me in the parking lot and stab me? What's going to happen here?
Fellas, we get it. Women are gorgeous. We love looking at them, but they enjoy it more when words come out of your mouth.
Well, the thing is, we don't like being stared at. It's really scary. It's actually scary. Did you know that? It's scary. We want you to come up and go, "You know what? You're really beautiful." And we'll say, "Thank you." And then you'll say, "Are you seeing anybody?" Because you know what? That's an actual normal question. And then we'll say, "Actually, no." And then you'll say, "Well, wait, would you like to do something sometime?" You know how easy that is? Seriously, that is such a normal conversation. And we'll say, "You know what? I'm not busy this Saturday."
And I also need to say this, because I've had experience with some women doing this.
What,
If you are not interested, do not say you have a boyfriend or you're not looking or this and that, because I know some of you are actually lying about it.
what should they do?
Just be straightforward. What is the harm?
Okay, okay, give advice, like what should they do that's like the right thing to do? What should they actually say?
Oh, I'm actually okay. So if they're actually not interested, I get that. But I know some of these young girls, younger than me even, because I used to, I used to deal with women my age. It's freaking.
Okay, tell them your age.
You want me to do this?
Okay, well, okay. When you were single, when you were in your 20s, you used to deal with 20-year-old girls, and they would act like this, right?
High school, yeah.
Oh, when you were not okay. When you're
no high school based attitudes, like
okay.
they would just.
You're used to.
They wouldn't even say, "Oh, I'm not interested." They would just flat out be like, "Oh, I'm with somebody."
Okay, so you don't like. You used to hate when they would make up excuses. You mean?
Make up excuses.
Okay,
yeah.
so that's the okay. So you
Stop
don't
making up excuses.
Okay, so you felt like they were just making up excuses, and you could see that it was
because
a
these
lie.
are the same girls on the weekend who are like, "Man, I wish I had somebody in my life right now."
And you're like, you just
You
lied
could
to
have.
me
You just
yesterday.
lied to the poor.
Okay, so what you're saying is you feel like guys ask you out, but then you lie to all of them and say, "I have a boyfriend." That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like all these guys are asking you out, but you're lying to every guy who asked you out and say, "I have a boyfriend," and you turn them all down, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
if you actually do, that's fine. But if you're single and I'm basically saying the girls who are actually single and want to find a nice guy, and one comes up to them and they just say that dumb excuse.
Okay, and it's a lie.
Yeah,
I see.
because that shouldn't have happened to me almost every single time.
Okay, because maybe you were kind of shy and they were not telling the truth.
Right.
Okay. And you feel like every nice shy guy that came up to them, they're probably going, "No, I have a boyfriend."
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay, and they're being stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. Now me, this is what my father said, and you'd probably
Real quick, this is what also kills me when they use that defense mechanism weak line. You're a really nice guy and all, but what? I came up to talk to you, to ask you out. You I asked you, you were single. You said yes. What's the but part?
and they didn't give you a reason.
They say an excuse right after the but.
What was the excuse?
No, I'm saying no, not me personally.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm saying I've seen this happen before. Like, oh, you're a really nice guy and all, but you seem really sweet, but
And there was no explanation.
just a lame excuse.
All right, and you're just like, whatever, right?
It's like, look, if
You're like, this isn't teaching me anything. You're not helping me get anywhere with my life here. I'm not learning anything about women. You're not helping me.
But yeah, basically, ladies, if you're single and a nice guy walks up to you, don't give him some lame excuse.
All right, that's really good advice.
That's basically all I'm saying. High school's over, but be a daggone adult for once in your life.
Okay, so what you're saying is women who are in their 20s, 30s, and beyond
Yeah,
still do that crap, is what you're saying. You see them still doing that to people. Okay, I get it now. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna
high school's one thing, but if you're adult, it's pitiful.
okay, because you're saying they should have grown out of that, and you still see women doing that to men, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now, when I was a young girl growing up, I used to ask my father for advice, and a lot of people say that they didn't ask their father things, and their father didn't tell them things. And so I said, "Dad, what can you tell me about boys? Like, what should I do and not do?" And he goes, don't lie to them, and don't lead them on, and don't be like afraid to hurt their feelings. You need to tell them the truth, whether they like it or not. I goes, to be mean? He goes, no, don't be mean. He goes, don't like go out of your way to be mean. He goes, but you need to like not lie, and you need to not give them indirect things. He goes, with guys, you need to tell them the truth. He goes, don't like be mean on purpose, but just like be as direct as you possibly can, because men don't understand indirectness. You know how like you girls talk indirect to each other? You need to just be completely direct with men.
When women started being direct with me, starting in high school, it was a tough pill to swallow, but over
Did you
time,
respect it?
Oh yeah, I respected
And
it.
did you understand it better?
I understood it better. Yeah.
Okay, because that's what my dad said to me. He goes, girls talk to each other one way and guys talk to each other another way. Like, he goes, we guys understand a certain way. Like, you know, how the coach talks to us boys, he talks to us a certain way because that's what we understand. He goes, you girls talk to each other another way because you cry if you talk to each other a certain way, right? He goes, so you need to talk to boys a certain way because we think a certain way. He goes, so you need to tell somebody, if you don't like the boy, you need to just go, you know what? I just don't like you that way. I just don't. Okay. And I just don't. And you don't need to give them like a whole list of excuses why. You just don't go, you know, it's just not like that with us. I just don't like you that way. And you don't need to say why. You don't need to give them all these reasons. You don't need to give them like a freaking complex.
And
You just don't like him.
If you say you're not interested in dating, be friends with them at least.
Yeah,
exactly. Get to know them.
Right. You know, like you don't need to reject him as a person and like ruin his life or anything. But
for real, because I've seen women do that.
Yeah, well, there's no reason to be a horrible person about it. You just don't like him like that, you know. And my dad goes, you don't lead people on and play with their head and their feelings. You know, you just tell them, hey, I don't like you like that, but let's just move on from there. Okay, we're still friends. I don't like you that way. So I was like, okay. He goes, so you just be direct. I go, you know how like it's different with boys. And so I was like, oh, okay. So you know what? After he told me that, I was able to have all these boys as friends because I knew how to talk to boys. And to this day, I have a lot of guys as friends. And I understand guys, and I'm with my partner and I know how to communicate with him.
Some of these guys just want to act sensitive. I don't know what it is with these.
You mean like they think like girls or something?
Yeah, you can't say nothing to them. You can't be honest with them or nothing.
Well, because they're trying to manipulate you. Because they don't realize there's a girl around here who thinks like a guy. They
don't trying to do that with me.
Okay, well, I mean, they try to pull that on me, and I'm like, well, you know what? I already know how to talk to guys because my dad told me. But there'll be a guy that like me. He's like, well, I was wondering if we could go out. I go, I gotta be honest with you here. I don't like you like that. I go, I don't feel that way. I don't think there's any chemistry here. And I said, and I don't go with a, well, I'm kind of working on myself. It's not you, it's me. I don't bullshit people like that. Excuse my language, but I'm just like, I don't feel that chemistry with you like that. I go, I just really don't. And I go, but I would like us to be friends and be cool. But I don't feel that way towards you. I don't have that like vibe going with you. And I really don't want to waste time misleading you and stuff. I go, but I'm cool. I like you a lot as a person.
That's another thing ladies need to stop, women need to stop doing, is that whole, oh, I need to work on myself.
I don't need to work on myself. And it's not you, it's me thing. It's not even that. I'm not gonna.
Because I've had an ex do that before, and I didn't know what it meant. I was like, okay, I'll just leave her alone for a little bit, see what happens.
Well, see, and she misled you, huh?
Yeah.
And people say that, and it doesn't mean anything. And
it's like if you want to end things, just say you want to end things.
Well,
Don't say you need to work on yourself.
It misled you. It wasn't the right thing to do, because her dad didn't tell her not to say that. See, my dad said, no, you need to be honest with people. And I'm completely direct, and I'm like, I'm not vibing with you like that. I go, there's not the chemistry on this end, and we're not vibing like that. And I go, and I don't want to lose you as a friend. I like you too much. And we're not vibing like that. But you want to play basketball or something after school, I'm down. And the guy's like, oh, okay. I go, so we can hang out or whatever. I go, but I don't like you like that. So please, but we're cool, right? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. We'll see you later. And then it was like not awkward after that. Like, let's not make this basically weird. But some guys will act butthurt and act like you did something wrong. And every once in a while you gotta.
Guys, we're men for a reason. We need to learn how to swallow the big pills.
Not the red pill. That's what the Manosphere calls it. So I don't mean to interrupt you.
It's not the Matrix. There are no red pills. Why didn't I take the blue pill? No. Guys, there's a reason we say put on our big boy britches.
Right. Oh, it looks like you got yours on. You always have yours on.
Yeah, and I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason. I'm not going to get into that, but
I know what you're saying.
Guys, stop acting so daggone sensitive.
You got testosterone.
For a reason.
Quit acting like girls.
If a guy's being honest with you, or even a woman's being honest with you, stop being like, I can't believe you just said that to me.
Well, I mean, some of us have our daddies in our lives, and our daddies told us, be honest with these men.
We don't even need parents to teach us this. Some of our good friends can teach us this stuff too. They should be like,
well, I told my son, this is how you talk to women, and this is how you get along with women. And so he's like, oh, okay. And like, he's happily married, and yeah, I have an adult son. He's happily married, and he's doing really well in life. So you just tell your opposite gender children, this is how you get along with opposite sex, and you actually teach people how to get along with opposite sex, and it can be done, and they don't have to watch this thing called red pill and learn how to be combative, because that really doesn't solve anything, does it?
You're going to have to explain this whole red pill.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
Okay. Red pill. Funny that we're wearing red tonight. Red pill is also.
You told me you liked the shirt, but anyway.
Well, I love that shirt. That's my favorite shirt of his. So I dressed to match him because we match. We get along. Okay. So here's the thing. Red pill is the thing they call manosphere. Red pill. Red pill because they think that they're giving everybody a dose of reality. But what they're really what they're really doing is they're just being very negative.
So it is a Matrix reference.
It's a matrix. Yeah, it's a matrix relevance reference. They call it red pill, and they feel that they're telling everybody what's really going on, and that and the woman is the man. You know what I'm saying? So the woman's out to get him, to cheat on him, to do everything bad.
Even Becky Lynch is still acts feminine. I mean, come on now. She calls herself the man. She's still freaking.
Well, she acts more like a man than they do.
Sadly, I can't argue with that.
you know,
But even so,
she's the last kicker. She's the goat, besides me. But she's. But
it's just a title. I mean,
I know, but they call it. I forgot to tell you, they call it the red pill. They think the red pill is the manosphere, and the manosphere is also referred to as Black YouTube, which of course. So here's another thing that they have
then
to
put it on the dark web. Nobody wants to hear that garbage.
Right. So here's another thing, another problem they're giving Black people. Like Black people haven't been through enough.
For real.
So now they're giving Black people a whole new problem. Like Black people don't have enough problems. Now they're screwing with Black people some more. Now Black YouTube is now red pill. And it's the manosphere. So what it's basically doing is coming between Black families. And degrading Black women, basically.
But, where do you guys come up with this garbage?
Right. Right. So, yeah. And all I had to do was show him one video to make him mad. I was going to show him several different videos. All I had to do was see one, and he goes, "I've seen enough. You don't have to show me any more." I go, "Well, I've been watching this for years." He goes, I don't have to see one more video. He goes, this is what you work with? And I go, "Yeah, this is what I'm doing."
So basically it's Black people causing more problems for Black people.
Yes, it's like the new Black on Black crime.
Black people, we gone through enough already.
Yeah,
enough's enough already.
Yeah.
Like Black web, Black YouTube, whatever garbage you call it, take that crap down. Nobody's gonna even want to watch it.
Well, I have a feeling that now that their king is gone, it's gonna slowly get dismantled. And I mean,
yeah, your Mufasa's gone. Deal with it. Move on with your lives.
Well, I mean, the things they were doing
anyway.
They didn't have one in the first place.
Not if they're doing this.
Well, they're throwing Black women under the bus, and I'm sorry, if you're throwing Black women under the bus, you're throwing my future daughters under the bus. You're throwing all women under the bus. Okay? It hurts me because you're throwing other women under the bus. So it's
yeah, good luck keeping your women around if you already have them and you're still doing this.
Well, I mean, if you have women around, they're using you, because how can they really love you for you the way you treat them?
For real.
I mean, seriously.
They're already cheating on you if you hadn't noticed.
Well, apparently they are, because that's all you talk about. If they're really there, if they really exist. I mean, seriously, I don't see a single
you cheating on me, this and that. You should have been treating her right.
Well, I don't see a single happy manosphere guy. I don't see these happy dudes. I mean, these other guys on YouTube, they're happy. My friends on YouTube were happy. We're having a good time all the time. And these manosphere guys, they're not happy. They're crying. They're more emotional than I am, and I'm a very emotional woman. I'm telling you, these guys they're more emotional than I am. You deal with me day in and day out, they're more emotional than I am, and I'm not exaggerating.
Oh, I know.
Okay. And I'm extremely emotional, and I will be the first to admit it. They are more emotional than I am. They cry more than I do. They whine more than I do. And so God only knows what they do behind closed doors.
Black folks,
They
we have been free for decades, for nearly 500 plus years now. We can live our lives the way we want to. Like, why are we gonna continue black on black crime? Why are we gonna reverse Roe versus Wade?
they're just they're just creating problems between men and women. I mean, it's I'm gonna stay out of the black issue thing because I'm white, but they're making problems with women.
Oh, you can leave it with me. I have no problem
I,
dealing with
I'm
this.
gonna leave it with you because that's your deal. But as far as women go, it bothers me as a woman, and I'm gonna just stick up for women because I am one, and I'm not.
Especially you black women. You deserve so much better than these manosphere little boys you're dealing with.
I mean, you want them saying that to your sisters.
Oh no, my sister, they're mess somebody up saying all that.
Yeah, could you imagine them saying that to your sisters' faces? Could you imagine what they would say to them?
We grew up on the streets. We don't take crap from anybody.
Mm-mm, no. And I think nobody deserves to be talked to like that. And well, I have too much self esteem to let a man talk to me like that.
Start a riot.
I have too much self esteem to take any crap like that off anybody. I'm not going to let anybody tell me that I'm low value, that I'm less than, and nobody should let anybody tell them they can't do something and they can't have the person they want. They can't have what they want in life. That they're low value
And
because
if there's anybody out there who feel free to speak up. The comment section's open. Feel free to subscribe. I'm really hoping you're taking our advice with a grain of salt because we need to do better as society. Black people shouldn't even be pulling this mess.
nobody should be degrading anybody. Whatever you are, whether you're black, white, gay, straight, whatever, you really don't need to be talking down to anybody like they're less than you. And it's really sad that you're talking about people who are your counterpart. You're putting your counterpart down. You're putting somebody who looks like your mother down. You're putting somebody who looks like your daughter down. Somebody who shares your DNA, you're putting them down. That's really, really sad.
If you keep up with this manosphere stuff, this garbage, you're not going to have too many friends and family to count on. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
Well, I mean, you really think their families, I really just.
And I couldn't care less how you feel. I could not give a crap. Hola.
Well, I mean, they're just chasing the bag. That's all there is to it.
Like
It's just about the money, and I get it. We like money too. I mean, I get it, but it's and nobody should die in their 50s and all that. I'm not like, ha, he's dead or anything, but I really the concept of this is over. It is over. It's tired and it's over, and it's time to be positive again. It's time to build each other up again. Men and women do not need to be at each other's throats. I don't get it why we're each other's enemy. That's stupid.
And you're in your 50s, and rather than keep your health in check, you just rather put people down and
be negative. Why aren't you guiding? You should be helping. You're supposed to be smarter than that. Aren't men leaders?
we're supposed to be, but I don't know what's going through these other people, these other guys.
Well, men are supposed to be strong. They're supposed to be leaders and intelligent. You know what I mean? Okay, I respect him. If he has an opinion or something like that, guess what? I'm going to listen to him. So if she came to him for advice, he should have actually been able to give her good advice, not put her down.
I would have told her, if you want a guy with 6 figures, you do you. I'm not just.
When you have said, hey, I think you should look over here, or I think you should ask so and so, or given her like rundown of what we just said, instead of saying, no, you can't
Because
do it.
here's the thing, we don't even like calling other people, telling them they're only average, they're not going to amount to this and that. Look how far we've come.
Right? You can't tell somebody they're average anyway, because I mean, she could walk into some man's life and he could be her idea of, she could be his idea of perfection. She could
So,
be what he's always wanted.
so the lady the from Kevin's show, the one with the 13-year-old, if you are watching this, you are worth so much more. If you want to find a man that has six figures and loves children,
Hmm.
he's out there.
Yeah.
Go nuts. Go on your journey.
Hmm.
Do what you need to and keep your business going.
Hmm.
Just don't rely on anybody but yourself.
And just go hang out where the rich people hang out. You're probably just not hanging out in the right places.
Again, country club. Try
Yeah.
it. Get a membership.
Yeah. I mean, you can afford it, right? Just go hang out with all the rich people.
6 figures for a country club. That's basically $10 for a membership.
Well, I mean, you can afford it. And there's all kinds of dating sites and stuff.
I don't mean that literally, by the way.
I know. But honestly,
No, I'm letting her know.
I bet she's found someone by now.
Oh, no doubt. I don't even know how long. I think that was a year ago.
I think that was over a year ago, to be honest. I mean, I bet she's found someone by now, but yeah, the manosphere needs to be dismantled. I mean, I think I think it's on its way. But a lot of these people, the thing about Kevin Samuels is what he did was he tricked his followers too. They actually took what he was saying seriously, and he pimped and played everybody, and that he knew he was full of it. Was the thing was, and he had all these people following him. He was like Jim Jones, drink this
And
Kool
this
Aid
is
type
what,
of thing.
and this is what I don't get. All because it seems to me that we're getting all these YouTubers who just want to downplay the people who have helped their channel, who have helped them get monetized. Excuse me, help them get monetized, help them get paid, and they just want to take that for granted and just be like, "Huh, you suckers."
Right.
Like, we don't need YouTubers doing all that. It's because of the watch hours. It's because of our fans, more or less, that we even have credibility, that we're even getting paid for content. So show more respect to your audience. I mean,
Well, he was really just in it for the money. And
that's part of the
has he
problem.
helped anybody? Has he put anyone on any game seriously? Has he put anyone on any game? Has he made any of you feel better about yourselves? Has he put anyone on any game?
I doubt he has, actually.
I mean, I hope that people watch us and go, you know what, I found that really entertaining. Those two were really funny, and those two really made me feel good today. Or, hey, I feel really great after watching those two. I mean, we just have a few followers right now, but hopefully people will watch our back episodes and go, yeah, I really get a big kick out of those two, or they really seem happy, or, hey, they brighten my day or whatever. Hey, that's great. I don't know. I mean, I hope we do something for somebody. I mean,
That's why we're here. We're not just here to entertain. We're here to get monetized. We're here to make content, but most of all, we're here to help.
yeah. But I mean, we're here to be positive. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, Manosphere, your leader's gone. Okay, you're Jim Jones. He drank his own Kool-Aid. Okay, you like that?
Cold reference. That's funny.
You like that? It was a Red Bull, but he drank his own Kool-Aid. Yeah, that's a good one, huh? Yeah. So, I really just do you have anything else to say?
Um, aside from keep notifications turned on, feel free to subscribe to us. Above all else, just love and respect everybody. Stop making dumb excuses, especially if you're single, and because that's a whole another story.
It's really easy to just go up and talk to somebody and don't stare at them. Don't stare, because it really creeps women out. They're wondering, why isn't he coming up and talking to me? Why is he just staring? Because
Admittedly,
she's thinking creeper.
Even I have issues talking to people, but I get there. It doesn't take me too long to go up and say, "Hey, how you doing? Can I talk to you for a second?"
Yeah, I know. I know it's breaking the ice is really hard, but if you stare at a woman, we begin to get really scared because we've seen all the scary movies, and we're like, why is this person staring? And I mean, I'm extremely outgoing, and sometimes I'll just
don't be the creepy character from Hey Arnold. I'm just gonna say that. Don't be that whole go up behind a Helga or just a woman in general will be like.
And don't ask. A woman will have like 12 pictures on her social profile. Don't ask her for another picture. She's already got a bunch of pictures up there.
And if you see a woman online with not even 3 pictures, she's a bot. So
Probably.
just keep that in mind.
Right. He's probably right.
Oh, I am right, because
Okay.
it's happened to me a few times.
Okay, if you say so. I'm not a bot, so I wouldn't know that. Yeah, so I've had a few female bots hit me up, and it's like, my profile does not say lesbian. Why are you bothering me, weirdo?
Especially if they hit you up within the first 2 seconds, don't respond back.
You just block.
Because it happens to me every time on my Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, let me tell you what bots do to you on your Instagram. This is no joke. They'll get on there and they'll say, "I had a great conversation with you the other night," and they'll make it look like they talk to you. And so if someone else goes on there, they'll try to hit the bot up, because they'll think that the bot talked to your friend. Right?
She saw that on my profile. It was a picture of, I think it was a blood moon or full moon, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "Italon, what is this from this woman?" I'm just like, I never talked to her a day in my life.
Yeah, it was this thought, right? I'm like, who is this woman? That's not what I said. I said something that wasn't very ladylike. Yeah, I said something, who is this blankety blank blank blank, and I kind of got a little hood there the way I described this female, and I said, who is this? And
so here's how you know if a person is official. They're gonna have the little blue check mark right next to their Instagram name.
Right.
That's how you know it's an official page. So if you get a message from someone who is not an official page, they're most likely a bot.
But they will leave you a message and act like they talk to you.
Excuse me.
But if guys are asking you for pictures and stuff like that, and you already have plenty of pictures, ladies, you just block them.
Guys, if you converse with the women and you get to know them a little bit, trust me, you're not gonna need to ask them for any pictures.
Because they will automatically send you one, probably, if you get to know them as human beings. You should ask them out. Don't ask them for pictures, because those are their pictures.
But to quote Nathaniel, don't use dating apps.
Right. Yeah. don't do that. No. The thing is, women are everywhere. We go to the store. We go to the supermarket, because that's where the food is, right? Right.
That's another thing, gents. If you really want a woman to like you, nourish her.
Right. We eat. I know you think we all have eating disorders, but we eat, okay? And we like to go out to eat. We're tired of cooking. I keep it real. And a lot of us, I know you think we all have eating disorders, but we like food. We do. We like to.
We're foodies.
Yeah, we like to eat. Okay, like you know who loves to eat? Marie.
Oh yeah,
Oh my God,
good friend of
our
ours.
homegirl Marie. She freaking loves to eat. Right? We're always talking about food. If you take her out, she loves to eat. Okay, so if you take a woman out, women will eat in front of you and they like to eat. We're
I
not afraid to eat in front of you. So take us out to eat.
I'll admit I got irritated one time because my mentor and I were out and about. We stopped for lunch at In-N-Out Burger, and I asked for small,
Okay.
and he's like, no, don't ask for a small. No, supersize that for him. I'm just like, just doing all this.
Well, he's trying to feed you.
And I get he's trying to feed me, but here's the thing. I don't have an eating disorder, but I like portion control.
Okay, well, you weren't trying to be rude and eat the biggest thing, right?
I was already out of breath. Like,
You were just not that hungry.
I'm usually not. I'm not trying to overfill myself.
Okay. Well, okay, I get it. But it's just I think when people take you out to eat, it's okay to eat a lot. You know, they want to be generous and they want to feed you. I mean, and maybe that's just what he's trying to do, right?
He was,
and you
but
just weren't that hungry that day.
Like he got me like a supersized giant thing of a beverage.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even finish it.
Okay, well, maybe he thought your appetite was bigger than it is.
But yeah, that's usually why I don't go out and eat with people.
Okay. Well, he was just didn't want you to be hungry, probably.
Because that isn't even the first time it's happened. Anytime I go out to lunch with anybody, they're like, "Oh no, go ahead, order whatever you want," and then this and that.
Okay. Well, if you take me out and order me a bunch of food, I'm gonna eat it. I'm just. You could look at this. You could tell I eat. Okay. So I need to lose some weight. I'm not gonna lie, but it's like
she's doing yoga tomorrow.
I'm doing yoga tomorrow, and it's gonna be fun. But the thing is, if you take women out to eat, we will eat in front of you, and we're not afraid to. So take a woman out to eat. Ask her. Don't just take her. Oh, shut up. It's so silly. But but no, women will eat in front of you. We're not like
I had a cracker. I'm full.
No, there's nobody's anorexic anymore. Okay, no, we're not trying to be skinny anymore. Nobody cares about that.
Big women have been making a comeback for the past few years now.
And it's COVID, and we're all fat now, and we will all eat in front of you. I'm not.
It's basically a Renaissance era now.
It's a Renaissance era. We all sit around, and we're all fat now, and we will all eat in front of you. I'm not even kidding. I was
gonna say thick, but okay.
Okay, well, I'm using the word fat. Maybe it's not the right word, but we're all full figured.
I don't even like saying the word fat.
Okay, we are all full figured now. We will all eat in front of you, and we're not shy about it. We're not. And so if you take, and even the smaller women still have big appetites, and we'll all eat in front of you. We're not afraid to. It's not like we're ashamed anymore. I don't know what it is. And so it's okay to ask a woman on a date.
Even ballerinas got some ham hocks.
Dude, I was a ballerina, and I was a thick ballerina. So we will eat in front of you. I do not even be afraid to take a woman on a date and spend a lot of money on the food, because she will actually eat it. It's true. So it's not like it's a worthy investment. And don't take her on a coffee date. Take her on a food date. She will eat the food.
If you want to order coffee with your food, then that's even better.
Right. But order food. When he takes me on a date, I eat everything. So it's like, it's never like wasted food, like ever. And I'm not afraid to admit that. So just saying. So take her on a date, ask her out. Women want to go on actual dates. They don't want you to ask them for pictures, because they're going to block you. Don't hit them up online.
We will.
Unless you
will
say,
block you.
right? They will block you. If you hit her up online, say, hey, do you want to meet me at the such and such? Let me buy you dinner. Don't ask her for coffee. What are you, 16? Don't ask her for coffee. Okay? Ask her for dinner. Take her to the movies.
I used to do that in high school. I'd be like, "Would you like to go to dinner and a movie? This and that." I was just I didn't know what teenagers did on dates. So
Well, grown men take women to dinner and movies. Teenagers take people to coffee and ask for pictures. So grown men take women on dates.
I got made fun of for it.
For being a grown man as a teenager. I think you're just ahead of your time.
I was.
Good. You still are. You're ahead of your time, and you're going to be a millionaire when, or, other people are like in their 30s still trying to take people to coffee, wondering why they're losers. Just saying. Don't be trying to take people to coffee.
It's like you're 25 and you're asking women if they would like to have coffee.
There are men in their 60s trying to ask people for coffee, and I'm like, bro, really?
It's like, how long have you been out of the game?
Well, I mean, I hear guys, that are, old and they're trying to ask people for coffee, and I go, "Are you still in high school, sir? Why are you trying to ask people for coffee? Like, what's wrong with you?" And I'm trying not to be mean about it or anything, but I'm trying to explain that you're showing her that she's, you're buying her bean juice. She, like a homeless guy can do that. You need to stop.
Juice?
Bean juice. Coffee is bean juice. A homeless guy can take you on a coffee date.
Sipping
You need
on jitter juice.
right. They'd back. No, but I mean, a homeless guy can ask you out on a coffee date. He can bum enough change and take you on a coffee date. You need to ask someone on a date like a grown up.
I mean, I even see homeless people go on coffee dates.
That is the point I just made. That's the point I just made. You need to take somebody on a date like an adult. You need to plan the date and go on a date like an adult, not like a kid. You can be a homeless person and take them on a coffee date. You can be a teenager.
Just so you guys know, we're talking to those who are over the age of 18 and out of high school.
Right. And I'm not putting down teenagers and homeless people. But if you're not a teenager and not a homeless person, you can take somebody out to dinner and the movies. And even if you are a teenager, you can still take someone out to dinner and the movies. So don't be taking people on a coffee date unless it's like, like your mom or something. You can even take your mom to dinner and a movie, but I'm just saying, don't take those aren't really dates to take people out to coffee. There's, you don't think much of them if you're trying to do something like that. That's not
because trust me, when you go to restaurants, you'll notice there are a lot of women on dates.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you go to McDonald's, In-N-Out, etc.
But I mean, those are dusty men. You don't think much of her if you're taking her to a fast food restaurant. If someone tried to take me to a fast food restaurant, I don't date those kind of men. I've never been.
Okay, Chipotle. I don't.
Well, I mean, yeah, Chipotle's okay. That's a lunch date, though. I mean, a date. That's like a nice restaurant, and like a movie. I just.
Speaking of which, we still owe you guys that Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, but I need to do the cosplay and stuff like that. I'm not dressed like him tonight, but I'll do the cosplay another time. I have that little hat and everything like that. But that didn't work out. That night we were going to do it, but I need to dress up like him and stuff, and we'll tell you all about that. It was really cute, and it was really an adorable movie, and I wasn't really familiar with him. But I got familiar with him, and he's really cute. So we'll tell you all about him another time.
But basically, going back to our primary status, man, you need to step your game up. Show love to your women. Take them on romantic outings.
Yes.
Show them to some new movies. That's another thing, because she was telling me this a few times. Ask her what she wants to see.
Yeah.
Because Granted, we did go to Sonic, and she did enjoy herself. I didn't ask her if she wanted to see it.
Right.
That was my slip up.
And he doesn't like my kind of movies. I like violent movies with gangsters,
I
and
don't mind
I
occasional action
oh
film.
no, I know you don't. But the thing is, he and I are twin flames and everything like that. But we do not agree on everything. I like a lot of violence. I like a lot of gangsters. I like a lot of, like a lot of blood and gore and like just a lot of really disturbing things. And he doesn't. And so, and
I
I'm
like
not
blood and
really.
gore.
Yeah, sometimes you do, huh?
No,
But
I always do.
oh, okay, cool. So we'll meet in the middle then. But see, he's opening me up to movies I wouldn't normally watch. But he doesn't. He and I wouldn't normally watch the same thing, so he'll take me to a movie that I just wouldn't pick because it wouldn't occur to me.
I originally wanted to do Uncharted before Sonic, but I wasn't able to, financial issues. So
But he takes me to movies I've never even heard of, and I don't know what they are. And I'm like, "What's that? What's that?" And I'm like, "Well, let's go see this. What's that? It's a gangster movie. Let's go see this." And it's like they're movies that he wouldn't even think to see, and I have to say, "No, I wanted to see this." And it's like,
I did spontaneously show her the Many Saints of Newark, though, because
yes,
I know she likes gangster movies. We
right,
actually
right.
started watching The Offer on Paramount Plus,
Hmm.
and the new episode's been on for a little over a week, and I've been trying to sit down and watch it with her, but one thing after another, apparently. So
Yeah, but it's just like, but see, it doesn't because we're twin flames. He assumes I want to see the same thing he wants to see, and when it comes to movies and stuff, we just don't have the same taste in movies. So it's like he forgets to ask me, did I want to see that? And I'm like, it didn't even occur to me to look at that. You know what I mean? So it's he need. So what he's saying is ask her what she wants to see. And I don't even like romantic stuff, but to me, if I wanted to see it, that's romantic night. Isn't that weird?
I don't see too many romantic movies these days.
Well, I mean, to me, it's not that it's a romantic movie. It's just the fact that I wanted to see it. It's not even a romantic movie, though. You know what I mean? It's just the
Oh,
fact that I wanted to see it. I don't even like romantic movies. I don't like mushy things. I don't like rom coms. I think they're stupid. I
ouch!
I'm sorry. I don't like love stories. I don't like. There's just stuff that I'm like not a
Isn't
girl.
that ironic?
Isn't that weird? I don't like. I don't like.
She enjoys love, but she doesn't like watching other people fall in love.
Well, because it's stupid. I like our love, but I don't like rom coms. I don't like you complete me and stupid stuff like that because it's just like it's lame. I mean, I like our love because our love is just it
You
just
just don't like the super sappy rom
well,
coms.
yeah, because it's stupid. I like I like our love because it's like we're practical and we make our love work, and it's kind of it's our magic. But it's like I don't like other people's love because it's just stupid.
I
I
like View from the Top because it has Mike Myers in it.
I don't even know what that is.
It was the airplane movie I was watching.
See, I don't even know what that is. You know what I mean? I mean, he would have to show it to me, and I'd watch
Not
it and
too
go,
many people do.
okay. Well, see, I have no idea what that is. That's what I mean. But if I were to show him a movie that I liked, he'd probably watch and go, ugh. And I have to force him to watch all my gangster stuff, and he's probably just sitting there going, I would hate to spend the night in her mind. I love her, but I would hate to spend the night in her mind. That's really scary. Is that what PTSD looks like?
Goodness gracious.
That's what it looks like. Okay. But no, but I mean, and I have different taste in movies, but his point was ask her what she likes because he and I have no idea what the other one likes. I could not pick something out for him, and he couldn't.
Yeah, so ask the lady what she wants to watch, what she wants to do, and so help me, ladies, do not say spend an evening at your place. Go out and do something.
No. No, Netflix
And guys, that
chill.
goes for you too. Don't even think I'm one-sided in this. Go out and do stuff. The pandemic is substantially lifting. We can go back to clubs. We can go back to coffee shops.
Mhm.
What was that?
That was my phone. I'm not gonna look at it.
But basically, stop being womp rats. Stop giving yourself a reason to be misogynistic. I mean, like, what is the issue here? Women, women are nurturing. They birth your children. They make sure that you keep your head on straight. So what's the problem? You want to act sensitive all of a sudden.
The thing about women is our drive is to keep the relationship together. That's our goal since I know I don't act like a girl, but that's our goal since we were little girls, is to grow up and get married and keep our relationship together. That is like what we want to do. We just naturally want to do that.
We don't need any Kevin Samuels. We don't need any Ike Turners.
Oh gosh, no.
We don't.
No, please.
Guys, it's 21st century. We shouldn't even be acting like this.
All he did was mislead you guys. He really did. Are any of you any further ahead than you were before? I mean, just okay. He's been around for like the what 5 or 6 years or whatever. Is anyone? I mean, at least is anyone any further ahead than you were before? I mean, did anyone learn anything?
I eventually do want to get on Amber Lynn though.
She is a whole nother mess. Yes. Because I've been following her for a while, and she's a whole nother mess. But
because I don't care who gets mad at me, I'm putting these people on blast.
That's fine.
I'm sick of these YouTubers taking advantage of
nice people. I know.
The supporters who help you make content, who make sure you get paid, who show you love and support.
No, I have a whole nother diatribe for her, but and what she does, and I want to take it off of who she is.
We can actually just do that on yours.
We'll do that on mine, because I've been following Amber for the past 8 years, and I've got some remarks for what she does with her viewers and stuff.
Basically, man the hell up. I'm dead serious. Otherwise, you're not going to have too many friends or family to back you up.
Well, the thing is, it's looking at the practicality. What's it doing for you?
Seriously, like, what are you what are you trying to get accomplishing from this? Are your lives better now that you're doing Manosphere? Well, I don't think they are. You can try to convince yourself otherwise, but it's really not getting better.
I don't know any Manosphere guys that are happy.
They're not. They're just bitter.
Well, they're born again incels. That's what they are. But they're born again incels. They're giving
themselves a reason to be bitter, and their wives are most likely sweethearts.
I'm sure they are. Most women want their relationships to work. I would know that. I'm a woman.
Okay, ladies, I'm just going to tell you this. If you are with a guy who is part of Manosphere, leave them.
Well, they're probably just going.
Don't even bother cheating, because it's only going to give you a moment of satisfactory, and then you're going to have to deal with your whiny of a husband. Just no.
Oh, do you want me to talk about the Manosphere and cheating real quick? You are going to lose your mind.
By all means.
Okay.
I mean,
all right.
Teach him something.
Okay, here's the Manosphere and cheating. Ready?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
This is what the Manosphere says about cheating. Men don't cheat because Women cheat because men are paying the bills. So when women cheat, it's really cheating. But when men cheat, it's just sex. Because men are investing in women. But when men cheat, it's just sex because it doesn't mean anything. So say like both of us cheated on each other. So if I cheated on you, I'd really be cheating. But if you cheated on me, you wouldn't be cheating. So how's it any different? Because it wouldn't mean anything if you did it because there'd be no emotions involved.
Yeah, but cheating is wrong nonetheless.
Correct. Correct.
So there should be no concept that goes along with it.
Because, okay, I'm over here betraying you, right? And you're over here
Okay.
betraying me. We're both betraying each other. It's a soul tie.
Okay.
It's a soul tie, and we're both lying to each other because we're sleeping with other people. We've both lied to each other. It's wrong, right? It's equally wrong.
Right.
Okay, these dudes don't see it that way. Like they're trying to say you shouldn't feel bad about it, but I should. Because it doesn't mean anything.
I'm not gonna front you guys. I've done it. I'm only human. I've acted stupid like that before. But you know what?
People
I've learned from it.
But they're trying to say if you cheated on me, you should not feel bad about it. But if I cheated on you, I should feel bad about it.
Believe me, I felt majorly stupid about it.
Right. But they're trying to say if you did that, you should not feel bad because you technically did not cheat. If you cheated on me, you should not feel bad.
And that's why I don't hang out with those kinds of guys.
Right. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Okay. So that's their thing because it's just sex. And when guys just have sex, they just have sex because there's no feelings involved. It's just sex.
Then stay single and just go about your business. Don't be in a relationship doing that crap.
Right. And so even though it will bother me for the rest of my life, you should not ever feel bad about it. Yeah. Because you're paying my bills, so it shouldn't bother me.
Guys, you need to stop acting that stupid.
Yeah. Yep.
Men should not be that ignorant.
Yep. But see, that's their logic.
Even though they're not most dumbest logic they could come up with.
Even though when men cheat, they bring home diseases. They've betrayed somebody. That's a complicated situation. They've done something, and the man carries that guilt. Even though you Manosphere guys don't, normal men carry guilt. Normal, decent men carry guilt, even though you guys don't. When they make mistakes, decent men actually carry guilt and feel bad, even though you guys don't. But to them, men don't cheat. Boop. Yep. They don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I'm not going to swear on my show.
Right. See, it's
But you guys know where I'm going with this. So that is the most ignorant, ignoramus concept a man could ever come up with.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're just gonna cheat, don't be in a relationship.
Exactly.
It's plain and simple. I don't know why you guys want to play around and act stupid when you're in even a good relationship.
And their premise is every single man does that. Every single man does that, even in a good relationship, and he should not feel bad about it.
You guys need to be slapped 6 ways to Sunday, as my brother would say.
6 ways to Sunday. But that is their thing, and it's not wrong.
And you are a dumb man if you choose to believe that.
I'm not saying every man doesn't get tempted. That's normal.
No, of course not.
Every single man on this planet gets tempted. That's a man's normal temptation. That's a struggle of being a man. Why don't we all just admit that?
Temptation knows no gender. It's
Correct.
just, it's human nature.
It's human nature. It knows no gender. Every single person is tempted in their relationship. That doesn't mean they act on it. You guys act like every single man is cheating constantly. Men look at women all day. They do. That's just what men do. But do they go jumping around with and
if you
sleeping
feel
with
something
women
for
and
somebody else, just leave the other person. There
and
should be
just,
no reason to be acting this stupid.
no, you don't know. And there's no reason to betray somebody. There's no reason to jump in bed with somebody. There's no
Like
reason.
you just can't be like, I feel something for someone else. I'm sorry I had to tell you this, and that.
That you need to at least respect that person and amicably split. You don't carry on with another two people at once. You don't, and you don't fall into bed with somebody. You don't do things like that. There's right and wrong. I mean, and these guys are feeling like you can live with yourself and do something like that.
Which brings me to my next thing, real quick. If you are a unicorn, also known as a virgin, keep it that way until this finger gets filled up.
That would be awesome. That would be completely awesome if people could just start doing that, because there's too many
Don't fall
diseases.
for somebody saying, "Oh, I love you." Put a ring on it first, then.
I would love to see people doing that again. I think there'd be,
because people would throw up. I don't know what it is. People want to throw around "I love you" like they're freaking Reese's Pieces.
Well, no, they're saying that so they can get people in bed, and male, female, and the genders in between male and female.
They need to stop acting so stupid. And these are grown folks too.
Well, whatever sexual orientation you are and identity you have, you need to make people respect you, and you need to respect yourself.
Respect yourself first. That's your number one priority.
And it doesn't matter what gender you are. You need to not cheat on people. Seriously, you need to sort it out. And it whatever you are, because everybody is tempted. You need to control yourself, and you need to have high enough self-esteem and respect yourself and respect the person you're with. Because you can get some disease you can't cure. And that person's going to know you screwed around on them because you're going to give them the disease. And you're not going to be able to hide it.
And I'm just going to bring out two words that you should seep into your memory. Magic Johnson. A good man who made a life-altering mistake.
Yeah.
And it was with a woman.
It's not a gay disease.
Seriously, it's really not. He slept with a woman who had it. And then he contracted it from her.
Yeah, people think it's a gay disease, and it's not. It can infect anybody, and
it's all about your immune system. That's all it is. You have a compromised immune system. Has nothing to do with sex.
You can. There's all kinds of ways you can contract it, and it's through bodily fluids. It's not necessarily.
It has nothing to do with gay people.
It really doesn't. But the fact is that it's going around. There are other diseases. There's other diseases that are you can get from skin to skin contact. You don't even have to penetrate somebody. So you really just need to quit messing around with everyone is basically it. Quit messing
around. Use protection. Be smart.
Yeah. So it's scary out there. I don't mean to be all religious, but if you can abstain, it's probably spiritually better for you, and you're going to be healthier. especially right now during the pandemic. And you're going to want to date people and talk to them and get to know them, and stop with this hookup culture nonsense.
Situationships, as the today's youth calls it.
I call it that too because it's a bunch of bull. You need to respect yourself and not have situationships and people that you hook up with, because they're not going to respect you, and um, they're going to cheat on you. And if you have situationships, no one's going to consider you for a relationship. I mean, seriously, a situationship.
Seriously, you thought HIV and AIDS was bad. We have COVID now. That's twice as bad.
Well, that's going to weaken your immune system and make you more vulnerable to everything else,
For real.
like HIV.
Like, guys, cognitive thinking. Like, use your minds, please.
And I'm going to let you know, some people cannot be vaccinated. They cannot get vaccinated. That makes them. It's better for them to get COVID than get the vaccination.
That's what I'm saying. If you know that you can't be vaccinated, that should show you right there. Play it smart. Don't keep messing around and doing stupid stuff.
Well, some people are not good candidates for vaccinations. So, and if you, it's a good way to put it on. So if you know you're not a good candidate for a vaccination because you have certain health risks, you have, maybe heart problems, or you have blood clots, or you have something such as that, you should not be sexually promiscuous. You should not leave the house when there's a crowd outside. There are certain things you should not be doing. You shouldn't be sexually promiscuous. So you shouldn't be in crowds. You shouldn't be in parties.
I'm just going to say this. Please stop listening to that Nelly Furtado song, as amazing artist as she is. That people take that song the wrong way.
What are you talking about?
You never heard Promiscuous Girl?
Oh, I haven't heard that in years.
Yeah, I'm just like, that's the one song people should stop listening to.
I stopped listening to that song a long time ago. I never bought into that song. That's just a song. And a lot of
there was a song, I think it was called Sex.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, think before you let it go.
Well, there's you should really just learn to control yourself in general. There's a lot of self-control we should learn. So that's just one of the many ways. So,
but yeah, I'm pretty much gonna end it on our misogynistic womp rats. Like, guys, you need to man up. Stop mistreating these women. Stop acting stupid.
Yep. Stupid.
It's like you are grown men acting like children.
Thinking like children.
Exactly.
Well, these men are over emotional. And I'm sorry if anybody is whiny and over emotional.
We're men. We're supposed to be alpha males. We're supposed to be strong. We're supposed to be supportive.
You're supposed to be leaders.
We're supposed to be leaders. This whole Manosphere thing, you guys make me sick for even coming up with that.
Well, how can women respect somebody like that?
They can't. That's exactly my point.
That's why we don't respect you. That's why we don't.
That's why you can't get a single date. And for those of you saying, "Oh, I don't need a date. I'm married," she's already dating someone else.
That's why they don't get the women they want.
If you're married and you're doing Manosphere, they're already seeing someone else, because self-respecting women are not gonna. You guys are.
Yeah, I don't know why these women are. The ones that have women, I don't know.
I've known guys like this in high school, or they're just be like, "Oh, I get women like this, like that." Not the way you're acting right now.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. If you feel like that you need to go around bragging about stuff, and that's a lot of talk. It's a lot of talk and no action. That's a lot of people making stuff up.
Look at this right here. I already won. I don't need to prove jack squat to basically you morons out there.
I mean,
and by morons, I still mean the misogynist pigs.
Well, they're sitting there with a
if I can
panel
say that.
of a bunch of men, and we're sitting here as a couple. You know, as a pair of imperfect people who still manage to make it work. People who make mistakes and still manage to make it work. So, and we feel like we won. So, I you know, I
For
don't
those
know.
of you, for those of you men who are against Manosphere or
You
who
mean
are,
normal men with healthy minds?
well, yeah, and of course the young men especially who are still trying to figure out what it takes to be a man in essence. Just take our advice with a grain of salt. Treat women as equals. Treat them with respect. Show them love. Uh, just be good. Just be a good person. That's all it is. Don't take advantage. Don't get with them and begin to act stupid.
Healthy minded women will see your good vibe shine through. You'll pull the good ones in.
Right.
Not the ones with the daddy issues, and you'll get the good ones. Right?
And, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But Manosphere, I'm gonna say this as clearly as I can before I end this. Your reign's gonna end.
Oh, it's ending.
It's not. The king is long gone. You guys have no leader. And what is a body without a head? It's just a corpse.
Good point. I hope they find their way.
And for those of you who are rethinking the Manosphere thing, feel free to leave. Reconnect with your wives or whoever you're with, spouses, whatever.
I hope they find happiness because they're not happy.
Because if you're gonna stick with this whole predominant male society, misogynistic attitude, good luck getting people to be your friends.
Yeah. I mean, I wish you well. I hope you guys can just let all this nonsense go, though. Seriously.
Live long and prosper.
Right?
But before we head out, just a reminder, feel free to like, subscribe, keep notifications turned on.
Recommend us to your friends.
Recommend us to your friends.
We're not very well known yet, so we could use the PR if you don't mind.
Yeah, and just follow us on our Facebook, our Instagram.
Angels attached to angst, and I'm also Sacramento Siren.
Ronissimo Henderson. I'm also Astral Pro 92. That's my Instagram. Juliana Angel on her YouTube page.
Yes, please check me out. I have a few little videos here and there. I've got a nice video on there if you want to check me out. Nice music video on there if you want to check the music video I made. So check me out.
And that's actually the other thing too. I think we're supposed to, well, if you're up to it, because they're throwing a concert in the park at Cesar Chavez Park.
Oh yeah.
Every Friday from 5 to 9. So we're most like, if you guys see us over there, feel free to say hi.
Yeah, please do. We'll give you autographs, take pictures, all that kind of stuff. You can post us on your Instagram and say hello.
Yeah,
we're friendly.
Precisely. And once more, we'd like to give a shout out to Nathaniel from Billionaire.
Yes. Billionaire mindset.
Billionaire mindset. Ask Nathaniel.
Yes, he's solid. He's a positive black man in the community. He never says anything bad about women, and he'll put you in check if you're some kind of joker, clown, cornball. He will just tell you off. He does not play. He's awesome. Ask Nathaniel Billionaire Mindset. You need
Because
to
if you
check his
thought
channel.
if you thought we were talking truth, this guy's a whole nother level.
Oh yeah,
You're gonna want to listen in.
He is aware. He is positive. He's got the right idea about everything. So you're gonna wanna check him out.
And that's pretty much all we got for you guys. Next time we come on, we're pretty much gonna get that Sonic the Hedgehog going, and sometime after that, we're gonna see if we can do Morbius for you guys.
Yeah, we got that coming up too.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for us. If you see us even out on the street, feel free to say hi. We'll still do autographs, photos, etc.
Right. All right. Well, good night, otherworldlies. This is Juliana Angel, your Dark Mass Diva, and I hope that we will be back here soon. And I hope that we'll run into you in Midtown Sacramento. And you have a lovely evening.
And this is Mr. Sensational for all you astralites out there. Pretty much likewise to you guys. I'm signing off.